Welcome to Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-date news on the political scene of Donald Trump, his presidency, American politics and conspiracies. Please subscribe to receive notice of our daily updates. Also share with your friends and your social media. We encourage you to like our videos and give your comments.
This is TBNN.
Trump's DOJ officially steps in to finally bring justice to Steindl case. On Tuesday, a federal grand jury indicted Jose Inés Garcia Zaret on immigration and weapons charges, giving prosecutors a new crack at the five-time deported illegal immigrant who was acquitted last month of murder and the death 2 years ago of San Francisco resident Kate Steindl. The jury specifically indicted Garcia Zaret for being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, and for being an illegally present alien in possession of a firearm and ammunition, according to a statement by the Department of Justice. If convicted, Garcia Zaret, also known by the alias Juan Francisco Lopez Sanchez, would face up to 10 years in federal prison, in addition to whatever state prison sentence he receives when he appears in court December 12 to be sentenced for a weapons conviction he obtained in the Steindl case. Instead of being convicted of murdering Steindl, Garcia Zaret wound up receiving a conviction on November 30 for being a felon in unlawful possession of a firearm, a relatively minor charge that could entail him serving a maximum of 3 years in prison, according to the New York Times. Following Garcia Zaret's acquittal on the murder charge, a number of prominent Trump administration officials lashed out, with President Donald Trump himself deriding the verdict as disgraceful. Attorney General Jeff Sessions likewise released a statement slamming jurisdictions that choose to return criminal aliens to the streets rather than turning them over to federal immigration authorities. However, DOJ spokeswoman Sarah Isgur Flores made it clear the department intended to review the case to see what it could do. "We are looking at every option and we will prosecute this to the fullest extent of the law because these cases are tragic and entirely preventable," she said at the time. But since the principle of double jeopardy prevents the government from trying Garcia Zaret on the same charges as before, the DOJ has instead brought immigration and weapons charges against him. Garcia's potential sentence is unclear, assuming he's convicted. Each of the new charges carries a maximum 10-year prison term, according to the Justice Department statement, but that isn't guaranteed. If convicted of either violation, Garcia Zaret faces a maximum statutory penalty of 10 years in prison, the statement reads. However, any sentence will be imposed by the court only after consideration of the U.S. sentencing guidelines and the federal statute governing the imposition of a sentence. Most of us would admittedly rather he rot in prison for the remainder of his life over his murder of Steindl, who was only 32 when he killed her in 2015. Sadly, this simply isn't a possibility now, meaning we must accept whatever we can get at this point. HT The Blaze. Please share this story on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think about the DOJ's decision to indict Kate Steindl's murderer on immigration and weapons charges. What do you think about the Department of Justice decision to get involved in this case? Scroll down to comment below.
This has been the Trump Breaking News Network. Please subscribe and share to stay up to date on the latest news about our president. Be informed.